You're welcome, my ready to wear business owners. Okay, so in this particular beautiful picture, we can see we have different parts of this gown. We have the sleeve, which I will want to talk about. We have the collar, which I will also talk about. We have the six pieces pattern of the gown, okay, and then we have flounce that is added to it. It's actually very simple, so let's enjoy the ride. Okay, and I've told you, if you want to excel in your ready to wear business, please do well to cash in on new styles, new styles. Okay, so this is the basic bodies of the gown that we are cutting. Okay, so because it's a little bit of halter neck, turtleneck, the neckline I use here is 2.5, but then for you to get your own basic neckline, okay, make it bust divided by 6. Whatsoever you got is what you are going to be using for your neckline and your neck depth. So that way you find out that it's exactly for you. Please do not use the standard 3x3 measurement neckline for this particular style. If not, there will be spaces here, and if you observe in that style that we are working on, there's no space on the neckline, elapsed. Okay, and then again, this neckline has a bishop collar. It was the bishop collar that formed the foundation that flounce you are seeing is lying on. Okay, it's the bishop collar that the flounce is lying upon. Okay, so but then let's go ahead. Now I've marked my shoulder line, I've slanted it by 1 inch. Okay, I've gotten the midpoint of my armhole line and I came in on it by a half inch, and I've curved out my line. Now this marking I marked here is my bust divided by 4 plus 2 inches allowance. That's what I marked here, and I also connected down the back armhole to it. Okay, if you do not understand, please comment in the comment section so I can explain more on what I said. Okay, so now coming to the basic bodies, if you observe, I've not marked it because I needed get all this and mark it when people will be watching. Okay, so I've gone ahead to rule my lines, my horizontal lines. This is my bust line. Okay, shoulder to bust, shoulder to under bust, shoulder to waistline, shoulder to hip line, shoulder to hemline. Okay, I've marked it. Now will it now surprise you that this particular gown is a 6 pieces gown, no half length? Okay, no half length. Now those lines that you are seeing, that line you are seeing on the waistline was just added. Now if you want yours to have a half length, there is no problem. I'm telling you the way we do it in ready to wear business. In ready to wear business is not everything you do, and I'm telling you it will still come out exactly the way you want it. Now when you make this gown to have a half length and the upper bodice is cut differently and the down part is cut differently. Now when you are joining this darts that you are going to be removing from here, when you start joining these darts that you are going to remove from here, it will tend to shift on that half length. You understand? It will tend to shift. It might not be this straight if you do not keep your hand straight. You might not get it exactly at the point where the line coming down to the hip line came down. If you have been sewing, you will understand what I am meaning. What I mean is that that you are imputing on this particular underbust is going to affect that point at the hemline. Then if you see, you will see that the line running through here will come in while the one on the hip line will shift to the back. That's normally how it is. Okay, because of the pattern of that quantity of fabric we are removing at the underbust. But if you know you want to run away from that, do not make your own to have half length. Just make it a 6 pieces gown, 3 piece in front, 3 piece at the back, no half length. No half length. Okay. So now I will be marking out. I want to explain this style to the best that I can, so that whoever is listening to me will go ahead to do whatever he wants to do. Okay, now this particular gown has a yoke, and that yoke came down like way down up until anywhere you are comfortable for your client. And you see, as you can see, there's no curve, went just straight, and then we are going to go straight up. Now it will apply to both front and back if you want, but if you don't want, the back can still be plain. Now I said it's a 6 pieces gown. You can decide to make the front 3 pieces and the back just normal 2 pieces, so far you add your flay at the back, the down part of it. Okay, so where the place that really brings out the beauty of whatever you are doing is the front. So I'm going to be concentrating on the front. Your knowledge of what you are doing at the front will now help you to know what to do at the back. Okay, so the front is the more tedious side. So this is now the yoke. I marked it. Okay, this is the yoke we are cutting out. Now if you look at the construction of that dart, you will see that is a shoulder, a shoulder dart. Okay, it's a shoulder dart. It's not a princess dart. If you look, you will see that this that line went straight up, right? So for us to construct our shoulder dart, we are going to ignore that we have already cut out this yoke. That's why I say pattern is so beautiful. You can mess up on the pattern. At the end of the day, you are getting what you want. Okay, so now we are going to be imputing our line here, our dart leg here, to help us with the shoulder that we want to create. So we are now going to measure from here to here, and for me is 4 inches, and then I'm going to be getting the center, which is 2 inches. Okay, when I get that center, I will link that center to this my, okay, like so. Now whatever I'm going to be doing should not come to the bust point, but should end 1 inch somewhere around here. Now I want to take away 1 inch from here and 1 inch from here. Okay, I'm taking away 1 inch from here and 1 inch from here, and that is 2 inches, right? You can take away 0.5 inch, you can take away 0.7 inch, but I want my cup here to curve properly. Okay, to curve and I'll be removing 1 inch all through. Hold on, you will see what I mean. Now I will link it to this 1 inch that I marked here, and I will also link it to this 1 inch that I marked here. You know I removed 1 inch, that is 2 inches, right? Now I will extend this my shoulder line. Okay, I will extend this my shoulder line, and I will mark 2 inches from this point. Okay, because of the 2 inch I remove from here, I will mark 2 inches from here, and I will use my curved ruler to bring it down. So this is now my new armhole. So we will come down to the bust point. Now when we come down to this bust point, that's why I said people should be open to learning. Open to learn, so that when you learn, you will understand more, and then you'll be able to adapt easily. Now from what we are seeing on this picture, okay, you will see that whatever style of dart these people applied is equal on 2 sides. It's not that type that you say, okay, I'm removing 2 inches, 1 inch from here, 1 inch from here, and from here I'm removing 1.5. Your dart shape will shift to one side. Do you understand? So now what they did was, whatever they remove from here, they remove from here. That was why the line of the dart balanced at the center. Please, if you are not understanding what I'm saying, let me know in my comment section. So now, remember I told you that whatever you are doing, whatever that you are taking away must not touch this bust point. The reason is that we don't want any sharp bending around this area, pointing around this area. Do you understand? So you will be coming down by 1 inch. This is 1 inch because we want to take away our darts from here, right? So now we'll come down by 1 inch. Now on our under bust, we will take away 1 inch from this side, and we'll take away 1 inch from this side. Okay, now coming down to this place again, we are now going to take away 1/2 inch from this side and 1/2 inch from this side. Whatever you do to this side, do it to this side. Now on coming down to this side, we will come down to extent of 3 inches, and that's where our dart leg will end. So now I'm going to be using my ruler to connect. Do you understand? Now we come to this side. bust divided by 4 plus 2 inches allowance, we are bringing out down whatever we have here. Now bust, under bust divided by 4 plus these 2 inches we remove from here plus 2 inches sewing allowance, we'll mark it somewhere around here. Okay, now waistline divided by 4, waist circumference divided by 4 plus 2 inches plus this half inch, which is 1 inch that we remove from here, and that's what we are going to be marking here. Now we come down to the hip line, no removal, just hip divided by 4 plus 2 inches, we are going to mark it somewhere here. Okay, now the same thing we did here, we bring it down here. That's all. And somebody will ask me, Mama, what of the flay? Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Like this, we are done with our drafting. Okay, the remaining is for us to use our sense and play with it. Okay, so we go ahead now to cut out. Now there's something I forgot to ask. If this is my okay, if this is my hemline, I'm going to be removing 2 to 3 inches for the flounce. If you see the flounce, okay, the flounce is up to 4 inches. So if your gown is 60 inches, remove 4 from 60 inches and then you mark, you cut out. Do you understand? Okay, so now this, I want to assume that I've cut out my own flounce length. So this is where my blue jean, the denim material, this is where it ended, and this is where the denim material began. This is my white lace, and then I will cut out. Remember, you are cutting on the new armhole now. I have made a mistake. Okay, I was not supposed to cut through the yoke. The yoke does not have any problem. Okay, the yoke does not have problem, so don't cut through the yoke. So I'm going to be joining it back. The yoke do not have any problem. Do not cut through it, please. This is a mistake. Don't cut through the yoke. Leave it this way. Okay, leave it this way. But the only thing you are going to do is that, you know that this is the former armhole. This is the new armhole. So go ahead to use the old armhole, which is like so. Okay, but if you decide that you want to trim out this dart, then use the new armhole. I don't want to trim out any dart. I cut out mine straight away like that, so I'm not removing any dart, so I'm using the old armhole. I hope you understand. But on this particular part, you will use the new armhole. Reason being that we cut out something from here. Look at what we cut out. Okay, we cut out something, so we are going to be using the new armhole. Okay, so let's go ahead to cut the dart. So this is what we have. This is what we have. Now this is what we are going to be placing on our pattern and to our fabric to be cutting out. But I want to place it on this pattern paper again to cut out. But like this, you can just place it on your fabric and you cut out. Do you understand? I still want to cut out this on a pattern for us to see how it's what to do. Now, I will be placing my fabric on fold like so. So it depends on how flay you want your own to flay out. Depends on how flay you want it to flay out. Okay, mine, I want to make this hemline, add 3 inches to it. Whatever you want to add on both sides. I will add this 3 inches here. I will still add it here. I will still add this 3. If I add 3 inches here, I will add 3 inches to this side, 3 inches to this side. So let's just go ahead. But remember, whatsoever you are adding should not exceed the waistline. Okay, that's the essence of these markings that we did, the pattern. Okay, it should not extend more than the waistline. Okay, so now I'm going to be adding, I want to add 3 inches to my hemline. Okay, so from where this one stopped, I'm marking 3 inches. Okay, and this is it. Now you will use your ruler, okay, to neatly connect it to that 3 inches. Use your ruler. I'm using free hand now because I'm alone here. There's nobody to hold this for me. Okay, use your 3 inches and then you mark out your pattern. Can you see? So I will advise now, you will, this is my new pattern, so I will notch so that I will know where my waistline, where my markings are. Okay, so this is the bust, this is the under bust, and this is the waist. Okay, we don't have anything to do with the hip anymore because the hip is just straight. Okay, and so we cut out. Are you seeing what it now looks like? Okay, I will also set this aside now, and I will go ahead to cut out this one. Okay, I will go ahead to cut out this one. But on this one now I will mark that 3 inches on both sides of this one, 3 inch here and then 3 inch here, right? And make sure all of them ends at the waistline. Okay, so I will use my ruler to still mark out. Okay, I will use my ruler to still mark out. Okay, you will still mark your bust point, and you still mark your waist point so that you can notch. Okay, so that you can notch it. Okay, so you can see this is now my pattern. I want to number this 1, I want to number this 2, I want to number this 2, I want to number this 3, and then I want to number this 4. Okay, so it will now be like this. Reason is that I don't want to misplace any of them. Okay, so this is exactly your gown, guys. Okay, this is exactly your gown, guys. If now the back should also take this shape, but just that the dart won't be much like the one you took out in front. Okay, now I'm going to, because if you observe, the slanting in front ended anywhere that you are comfortable with. If you like, tear your own, let it get to the waist point, but this person's own got to somewhere around the hip line. This is the hip line, right? This is the hip line. So this person's own got to somewhere very close to the hip line. So it depends on you. Mine can go up come down 3 inches, 4 inches, but let it not get to the knee line, because you can see it's way above. The slanting head is way above the knee line. Okay, so know fully well that the remaining, he almost got to the hip line. The remaining part of the exposure will be closed by the flounce that you are going to make. Okay, so I want to assume that mine came down by 2 inches, right? So what I will now do is place it like so, and mark out whether you want it 2 inches, want it 3 inches, or however you want it. But if you look at it, you will think that they just slit that place open. No, they didn't slit it open. Something was cut out. That's why it could form that triangular shape easily that way. Okay, so you can see now when I open mine, it's going to be looking like, if you join it, it's going to be looking like so. So by the time you join here up onto this place, there, don't join this side again, allow this side to fall. Now in creating your flounce, there is a method, easy method of creating your flounce. So this is my front pattern. Create the back whichever way you want to create your back. Okay, let's go ahead and cut it on a fabric so that I'll come back and show you. So I just want to cut out a rough of this rough sample of this fabric of this style. Okay, so all here is going to be joined together because I've cut out that. You see how it fell. Do you understand? So this is where you are now going to be applying all your flounce. You know how to cut out flounce. If you don't know how to cut out flounce, I made provision for everything. Go to the description box, you will see the link there. Watch it, and because this video is already going to 1 hour, so I'm just trying to see how I can reduce. So now in making this one, in making those lines you are seeing, those denim lines you are seeing, let me teach you how to make it. Okay, there's a particular thread for it. It's called embroidery thread, okay, or twine, the small one, twine. So that's where you're going to pass through your needle. But if your machine cannot match it, just join your own. Okay, join your own. When you join it, turn to the back, just bend that seam to any side you want to, but anyhow you turn this one, that is where you are going to turn this one. So join the seam, turn it with hemming gum so that it will stay like this, right? Take it to people that run embroidery, that do embroidery. It won't be more than 1,000 naira or 500 at most. Okay, it won't be more than 500 at most. Now they will be the one to use that thread any color that you want. Since the denim is blue and the embroidery thread they use is kind of brown, carton color or yellow, tell them that's what you want. They will be the one to now run it 2 times, 1, 1 and 2. Then mark out your waistline. That waist, mark it after you have joined, mark it out, mark it for the person. Okay, the person will still use that sewing machine from the back to run 2 lines. That is all. Then attach your bishop collar. This gown has a zip, has a zip from neckline to waistline at the back. Attach your bishop collar all round. Let your neck stand. Then that flounce, the remaining one that you pleated here, that's what is going to be here. Now you are going to be creative about placing the flounce. Now you can decide to place it from that front way dey to the back. Now you sabi, you can decide to just make it shoulder to shoulder, as in pleat it from somewhere here to somewhere around there, and that is all. Now I want to give you an expo, and that expo is what is going to inform the length of this flounce that you are using here. Should be from that collar neck to this shoulder. Measure from your collar neck to this shoulder. Now I used, if this particular part of my shoulder is remaining 5 inches and my collar is 1.5, right? My bishop collar is 1.5, so 5 inches plus 1.5, that's 6.5. That means my flounce should be 6.5. Now when I I will use this flounce now to pleat on that collar and let it fall, then top stitch on the base of the collar. Maybe you should listen to this my voice note 2 or 3 times to be able to understand. Now attach the flounce on the collar that is already standing this way, so that when you throw it, it will fall this way to the shoulder. That way the seam of the attachment there will not show. Okay, now you will now come to the base of that collar and stitch it down to the base of follow the line, the base of that collar, and stitch it down. And that's what, then the flounce will, the remaining part of the flounce will just fall on the shoulder. Okay, and the remaining part all round. That is all, guys. Thank you guys for watching. See you in my next video.